The divorce lawyer, Vanessa Lloyd Platt, who will be joining the protest, is here now. Vanessa, let's just clarify the current situation again. So, if you file for divorce within 2 years of separation, you've got to blame the spouse for... You don't?
No. At the moment, there's one ground for divorce. Marriage is irretrievably broken down based on one or more of 5 facts: adultery, unreasonable behaviour, desertion, 2 years separation with consent, or 5 years separation. It's only if you go for unreasonable behaviour that you've got to go for the ridiculous excuses why you want it. So we've had some absolutely bizarre cases over the years. One case, we had the person saying that his wife had to dress up as a Klingon most of the time and speak in Klingon. We had...
What's unreasonable about that?
Yeah, exactly. Or the one that wanted Timmy, his tarantula, kept in a glass cage next to the bed. Right. And the wife said it was unreasonable because she didn't want Timmy there and said either Timmy goes or I do, and Timmy won.
So it's become a bit of a farce?
Yes, it has, because we have to keep coming up with these falsified grounds, if you like, joining in with the parties, trying to come up with a reason. And a lot of people feel, and we certainly feel, and that's why we're lobbying today, it causes such acrimony. Why do we need it in this day and age?
Are you only talking about the first 2 years of separation?
No. You have to be married for 1 year before you can get divorced, and then you can go for any of these facts or grounds. And what we are saying, and why we're lobbying, we're saying we do not want to have to force these clients anymore to be citing unreasonable behaviour and fitting them into an artificial category. It sets the whole proceedings off in the wrong way. It makes people acrimonious. Everyone blames the lawyers, but the system itself is one where it's not helping the people at all. And we said, enough is enough. This has been going on since the Law Commission made their reports in 1988 and 1990. It's the same thing.
It does seem extraordinary that there isn't an extra reason, which is this marriage isn't working for either of us anymore.
Well, that's right.
But there are those who argue it should not be easier to get divorced, because if you make it a little bit tricky, if you put a few barriers around a marriage, it makes people consider further whether they can make it work.
That's not right. What it does is bring more hardship, and that's been proved by all the studies from all over the world. We're virtually one of the only countries in the world that doesn't have Nofault. And I was looking at this and we were doing some research on it. Canada brought it in, Australia's got it, China, even the Bolsheviks after the revolution had Nofault divorce. Every other country, all 52 states in America have Nofault divorce.
Except it was introduced at one stage, wasn't it?
It was in the Family Law Act that came in 1996 in Part 2. There was a pilot scheme that came in after all the reports, and then it was shelved by Derry Irwin. Why was it shelved? Because of the financial cost of it, because at that time there was legal funding or legal aid, and they wanted everyone to have a mediation meeting. They couldn't afford it. Now that wouldn't need to be done, or if it is, the parties themselves would have to pay it. The whole system is
What's going to happen, though, to the legal profession, who, of course, make an absolute fortune from the very acrimony that you're seeking to remove from the process? And aren't you going to be very unpopular, Vanessa, with your legal colleagues?
Not at all. They're all calling for it. That's why 150...
Let me get this straight. Every lawyer involved in divorce proceedings wants to have it less acrimonious.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Well, you're wrong. Because
my
why
anecdotal
would
evidence,
100...
I know a lot of people where they were perfectly fine right to the moment the lawyers got hold of it.
No, because
and then
this system has engendered it.
Yeah, but the acrimony was deliberately stirred up.
Oh, nonsense.
Well, I know for a fact that lawyers...
Nonsense.
Well, let me give you a fact.
Okay.
I know one legal firm. I won't name them.
Yeah.
But I know one legal firm where they literally sit down at the start of the week and they cost out what they reckon they can squeeze from a divorce.
That is absolute nonsense.
No, it's a
fact.
What
they have to do, you have to cost out and give a cost estimate to every client in advance to say what the cost might be.
That's not what they were doing. What they were doing was, how can we get this amount?
Well, then they should be investigated, because that's not how the rest of us behave. And to give you an example, OK, why would 150 matrimonial lawyers be giving up an entire day's cost...
I'm all in favour of it.
An entire day's cost, if we're so awful, to lobby for the very thing that stops
I didn't say you were awful.
Acrimonious.
You are the angel.
No.
The angel in white coming to save a profession, I'm afraid, is also part of the problem.
No, because what the truth is that a lot of clients want lawyers to behave in a certain way. And when lawyers say, we don't think you should be doing this is what I want, I'm the client. And then afterwards, they try and blame the lawyer and say, the lawyer made me do it.
We're going to